Hi there, I'm Laurie Clark-Grubbs. I'm the author of The Mother Baby Connection Breastfeeding Stories, and I'm with Yaya Diamond.
Yeah! Hey! Hey! Yeah! Yaya Diamonds, dream chasers, we won't wait. Subscribe today before it's too late. Inspiration flowing just like the breeze. Chase your dreams and feel at ease.
Be good. Be very good.
Now that was my mom. And I literally am a mom. And this book just touched me. When I thought about it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is one of those books that's like, no matter how old your children get, you're still mom. You're still mom. Even when mom's not here, she's still mom. And I absolutely love this book. I love, love, love. I wanted to show you the cover of this book as well. And it's just beautiful. The Mother Baby Connection Breastfeeding Stories. Now, I got a breastfeeding story for you. I don't know if you want to hear it, but I really don't care if you do or don't. My first time trying to breastfeed was like trying to get the teeth, and there were no teeth involved. I thought there was. I thought my was gonna fall off, and then they introduced me to different things and different little techniques and all the stuff, and I was like, oh, and I became a pro at it. But I would never substitute that connection, of that breastfeeding connection with my children, because those are the times where no one else was needed except for me. And I felt so selfish. I was like, yep, give me that baby. That's my baby. The breastfeeding connection is beautiful. And I want to welcome our guest to the show today, Laurie. Thank you so much for coming in and being here and talking about your book today.
Thank you, I'm so happy to be here.
Now, I know I had my little breastfeeding story, and I didn't really go into it too good because, it's a little graphic, because it's breastfeeding, I know. But what inspired you to write about the mother baby connection after more than 30 years of working with mothers and babies?
Oh, I've witnessed countless stories of courage, resilience, and transformation. And I reached a stage in my career that I felt like I had a growing responsibility to preserve these experiences. And after a lifetime of work, I thought it was the right time to give voice to these stories.
Oh yeah, and I like what you're saying. It's not always easy. I thought that my hoo-hoo was gonna fall off. I mean, I was broken and scarred and
Oh.
and bleeding. I mean, you see it. I mean, the first time
Oh.
mom who doesn't know how to
Mhm.
do it, doesn't know what to do and how to just let the baby cry and then pop it in there. That's what my nurse told me. She said, "Let the baby cry and then you pop it in there."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Okay." She said, "It won't hurt, even though, you're hurt. It won't hurt once you do it right." Now, some people say that it's natural, but it's not always easy, and it isn't. One of the most common challenges that new moms face, like I faced, like getting it in there, like getting the whole thing in there.
Mhm.
But there are other challenges that moms face that are just, not always easy.
No, and you're correct. A lot of times moms expect to be perfect and
Mhm.
expect that breastfeeding should be perfect as well. And it's not natural. If it was natural, then everybody would be breastfeeding. It
Yeah.
takes, it's just one of those things where it's not a perfect world. And if it were a perfect world, like I said, everybody would be doing this. And babies need to be taught to latch, and moms need to be taught how to teach their babies to latch. So these are big challenges that they face, and I think perfection is number one.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about what my nurse told me? Just let that baby cry, and when it gets really big, that mouth gets real big, just go pop.
I have heard that many, many times in my career.
Oh yeah, and it worked though. It did
It
work.
did.
It did.
It
It
did.
worked. It did. It did. So many moms, they do feel that pressure or that guilt around breastfeeding. Some women don't have enough milk. And some women don't even produce milk at all. And then there are the adoptees, people who have adopted a baby who really don't always. Now, there are different, I guess there are different things to help them to actually lactate. But I've heard the myths, but I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not a nurse. I'm not you. Laurie, what do we want to know about this? What message do you want them to hear from your book?
Well, I think I want them to know that they're not alone.
Hmm.
No, every breastfeeding journey is unique, and they're definitely not alone. And if they don't meet their goals to do this, that the love for their baby will get them through the difficult times. And they're going to be a great mom, whether they breastfeed or not. And they're going to be the best mother this baby could have.
Definitely, definitely, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I think that there's always personal experiences. Do you have any personal experiences with breastfeeding?
I do. I was not successful.
Mm. And you
And
know
I
what?
I
That must have
didn't
been
have
hard.
and I didn't have the help because this was
Mm.
before I was a lactation consultant. And it was before lactation consultants were ever heard of.
Wow.
So I had problems that I couldn't fix myself. So I had a great deal of guilt.
This was wonderful that you wrote a book about it because you firsthand know. Now, me personally, I thought that I was a cow. But I was like, "Move over, cow. I'm coming here," because I didn't stop lactating. I didn't stop. But, there's so many memorable stories that you could share. Tell me about them. No, what is one memorable story you can tell about from your practice that truly reflects the heart of this book?
There are so many. There are so many, but the one that I like to say and the one that I like to tell is the story of a mom and dad who came in to see me, and the mom was born without hands,
Mm,
but she desperately wanted to breastfeed. So her husband told me, he said, "Lori, I will do anything to help her. How
mm.
can we make this happen?" So I showed him how to latch the baby to the breast, and he got it. And once the baby learned to breastfeed, then she didn't have any problems actually helping the baby on. The baby would breastfeed just fine by itself.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is, oh my gosh. I had the picture in my head of him helping because usually breastfeeding is like, here's the baby, and you just walk away. Hey,
Mhm.
she's got the baby's with her now, and that's it. That's their time together. That's that
Mhm.
bonding time. And so I think I understand the guilt behind it because you feel like your body should be able to handle it and your body should be able to do this and you should know by instinct. But
Yes,
it doesn't happen like
it
that.
doesn't happen like that. And,
No.
babies don't come with instructions.
I wish they did. I wish
Me
they
too.
did. I wish they did. Oh my gosh. What continues to inspire you about the resilience of women though? Women who can't
Oh,
do these things.
resilience. I see, well, resilience is in every single story that is in that book.
Mhm.
Um, Not only do women show resilience, they show perseverance, they show determination, and they show courage.
Mhm.
And in their vocabulary, quitting is not a word.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's difficult. I mean, I personally loved the time that I had breastfeeding with my children. Um, and I didn't want to share it. I didn't want to share it. I was like, mine, mine. You go away. And when the bottle got introduced, it took me out of the equation and I felt horrible sometimes. Like, why do you have give me my baby back? you know? But there seems to be compassion woven throughout every chapter of your book. Why do you believe that compassion is sometimes more powerful than advice?
Compassion is very important. Compassion creates a safe place where vulnerability is welcomed. And moms are um, empowered to try to learn
Mm-hmm.
and to grow. And compassion builds trust, and trust lets mothers believe in themselves.
Mm, I hear you. I hear you.
So,
You know,
compassion is very important.
I think so. I think we should have not only compassion on others but ourselves, because there'll be times where we could be our own worst enemy, and I think that happens. It did happen to me in the beginning when I didn't understand what I was doing and how it needed to be different, and I think that my mind was like, "You should know what this is. You should know how to do this. Come on, you know, this is instinct." So, what makes the mother baby connection different from any other breastfeeding books currently on the market?
I think it empowers women. It normalizes their struggles. It reduces their isolation, and it validates their struggle. And I think that it gives um, perspective to their stories, to their own stories.
Mhm. Yeah. Many mothers feel overwhelmed by these conflicting information that you have online. And believe you me, there's a lot of conflicting information. Just
Hmm.
go in there with the common cold and put your symptoms in, and all of a sudden you're dying. Yeah. How does
Exactly.
oh my gosh, how does your book help cut through this misinformation and provide clarity?
Well, I wrote my book with the knowledge that I have for the past 32 years in doing this. And I know they get an awful lot of misinformation from the internet and other sources, but I wanted
Mhm.
my book to show that, look, the information in the book is really tried and true. It's information that I've given mothers for years and years and years, and it works.
Mhm.
So I think that that's really important for moms to succeed, to have the correct information.
Definitely, definitely. And so, mhm. Emotionally, this can be an emotional roller coaster because you have the women's hormones coming down at the same time that the baby's being born. There's all kinds of different things that are going on emotionally and physically at that time. So,
Mhm.
what emotional truth do you hope every reader take away from your book? What do you want them to take away?
I want them to know that mothers are not alone. They face uncertainty, they face exhaustion, and they
Mm,
face self doubt. But I want them to know that the bond between them and the baby is built on countless um, acts of love. And that's what gets them through this.
mhm.
And it's not perfection.
Yeah, definitely. What is the number one breastfeeding tip you wish every parent knew before bringing their baby home?
The number one tip that I would tell moms is this is not natural, of course, and that is a learned skill, and not to expect perfection in the beginning. And they need to have these three things: they need to have patience, and they need practice, and they need to persevere. And as long as they can do those three things, they will find that breastfeeding should work out for them.
I agree with you. When future generations of parents discover the mother baby connection, what do you hope the book represents to them?
Relevance. If I wrote this book 40 years ago, it would have been relevant 40 years ago. If and since I wrote it today, it's relevant for today. And in
Hmm.
40 years from now, it's still going to be relevant. The stories are the same, the names are going to be different, but the information in this book is timeless.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm still going to be selfish with my kids. And I would have never given any moment. I would have been like, okay, I can't breastfeed, but the bottle is mine.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I think that moment, those few months where the baby is on that milk should be that bond between the mother and the child. And I love that you've written a book to take the guilt away. So if you can't breastfeed, guys, get the bottle and say the bottle is yours. Be selfish. Just like as if you were breastfeeding, take the bottle belongs to mom. That's it. All right?
Yes.
We're done. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you, Laurie, for being on the show. Here's that book again, The Mother Baby Connection Breastfeeding Stories. And I would say that this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing for you guys to get if you are expecting a baby, if you have a newborn baby, if you have a friend that's having a newborn baby, a family member, anybody. You know, babies are being born all the time. All the time. And I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you again, Laurie, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, anytime. Did we miss anything?
No, I don't think so, unless you have any other questions.
No. Just be selfish with your babies, ladies. Just be selfish. If you can't breastfeed, you can bottle feed, but that bottle is yours, darling. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. We have real people, real dreams, real wins right here at Dream Chasers Radio Success Stories with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. And until next time, guys, don't forget to dare to be different. Bye. Thank you for watching.